March the 15th, 2019. Guys, this is the video that I mentioned this morning from Nebraska. Now, notice at the top, Alex Stefanik, and this is his Twitter account, and he's gathering images from across Nebraska. That's what we're seeing. Now, I'm not there like in the video this morning where I showed you I was driving through the flooded Mississippi River area, but this is St. Edward. Again, you'll have to, if you want to pause it, if you're from the area, I'm trying to include the different tweets and stuff from his account. Here is Verdigris, Nebraska. But guys, this is also part of the supply chain of farmers and food. Look at this. Freezing temperatures, flooded areas. And you see the pickup in this ground because this will become uninhabitable if this solar minimum continues. Norfolk, Nebraska. And the difference between this video and the one I did this morning is we were in relatively mild temperatures. Here is Ponca, Nebraska, and these guys are in freezing temperatures. You can see here where this highway coming into town is underwater. This is Dannebrock, Nebraska. Devastating. Here you have not only damage to the crops in one of the bread baskets, but you have devastation inside the businesses inside the city. But the infrastructure, guys, bridges everywhere have been knocked out. And I've noticed in the videos, if you look here at Nebraska 511, the road closures are immense. In other words, the infrastructure is extremely damaged. And I hope that your Nebraska senators and congressmen get with Trump and get you some money in there, guys. But this bombogenesis, you just saw the map we talked about yesterday, is devastating. Grand solar minimum. Look at this. This is the Highway 28 bridge at Spencer Dam. This looks like a glacier sheet moving down. Here, more damage. And again, pause it, guys, because I'm just trying to go through it pretty quick. And you can look at some of the areas that are mentioned. And they are saying that Nebraska is slow in some of the rural areas of getting infrastructure repair done. Columbus, Nebraska. Guys, check this out. It is amazing, but it is devastating. No matter how good the stock markets do, if you have the inner infrastructure of any country devastated like this, there will be impacts. Western Panhandle, notice you're at the bottom. Now, all of these are coming from 2 days ago. Let me mention that on the 13th, but this is Interstate Highway at Sydney. Devastating images, guys. It looks like a sci-fi movie. It says it used to be the dam near Spencer, Nebraska. Look at that. And not just the flooding we're getting, but the temperatures. Check this out. Frozen ground. Once the ground freezes and you start getting these cracks, it takes out large sections. So look at all this damage and the infrastructure and all the roads that are gone. Economic impact of the end times. Check this out. 18-wheeler pushed off the road because of trying to get through these high waters. This is, again, if you pause it, if you want to know where the areas are, this is a Ravenna State Lake. Look at this. These are cattle beside the road. This is calving season. They will lose a lot of cattle. This is, again, on the right, look, this is Plattsmouth, Nebraska, by the toll bridge going to Iowa. Now, I don't know if that camper's floating. There's a campground. Here again, incredible effort. J.J. Bowling ran the backhoe for 3.5 hours overnight trying to clear an ice jam on the Elkhorn River. So, and here again, 100-year-old bridge at Sargent, Nebraska, which is a landmark. It's destroyed. The ice. Again, the cattle. People are being rescued. This is Columbus, Nebraska. And it's almost since last summer a nationwide devastation on the natural side or Mother Nature side of events. And you can tell Not only is this guy freezing, he's in shock. This is, again, some do not tell the location, others do, but the look on his face. This is flooded field and road cross from, I found outside Rockville, Nebraska. And you can see where on the other side of that, where you had your large irrigation fences. I saw that yesterday in the Delta. In here, I'm not sure the area, but guys, also just paying attention. We were in a geomagnetic storm, and I've been posting earlier this morning about solar winds are increasing. See that? And we've already, again, this was this morning, had a 6.3 quake down in South America. If you click on any of the information in the comments, it will enlarge the pictures. Sudden rise, quake started, and if you look at the space weather report that's just above the comments, we've been talking about it for a couple of days. Again, coronal opening in the sun, hitting our shields, which are weak, causing this pressure. 6.3, 28 kilometers south of Caliza, Bolivia, at very deep, 350.83 kilometers. At 6.3, very shallow, is much more devastating, but that's telling you how deeply it's affecting the core of our planet. But again, you guys in Nebraska, we're thinking about you, and it's many other states. I looked into the comments of the video this morning about the flooding on the Mississippi River, and everyone north of us in the different states on the Mississippi River and the Tennessee River were commenting about record levels. So tomorrow, again, the video that I put up this morning was recorded 2 days ago on Wednesday, on March the 13th. Now, they're saying that tomorrow, and again, at that time, they were saying tomorrow, Saturday, on the 16th, the Mississippi River would crest in that area. But we've had a lot of rain, and everyone upstream is reporting snowmelt, high rivers coming down, so everyone below the, anywhere in the Mississippi River Valley, from up north down through where we are at in the Vicksburg-Natchez area, south, all the way into New Orleans. And Captain Matthew, keep an eye on that. And I saw reports from other captains on the Mississippi River in New Orleans saying that there's large debris in the river, telephone poles, trees. People are busting props left and right. And that's transportation. So there's an impact. And by the way, Trump vetoed the Democrats' attempt to stop his declaration or emergency declaration on the wall. And we had 12 rhinos or Republican congressmen and senators that went with the Democrats. And I'm ashamed to say that Roger Wicker from Mississippi was one of them. And guys, do you remember a couple of weeks ago I did a video where I was really upset about Paul Ryan saying that they did not want to vote with Trump on declaring this national emergency, which, if you saw the video today with Trump doing the veto, he said, and it was true, that we are busting at the seams. ICE and the Border Patrol are overwhelmed at this point. But anyway, there's 12 Republicans, rhinos, that voted with the Democrats. Our senator was one, Roger Whittaker from Mississippi. We're going to do everything to make sure he never goes back into the swamp. Now he's shown his true swampness. But guys, it goes back again to the video I did a few weeks ago saying that if you're in a battle, and I sent this message to Roger Whittaker's office in Washington. He's got one there in a couple of different cities here in the state of Mississippi, Tupelo, Jackson, or two of them. And I encourage everyone to look at the veto thing and the 12 different rhinos that went with the Democrats. But it goes to this. If you're in a battle for your life and you're in a foxhole, and you're afraid to get up and shoot back because the enemy may return fire, then you're a coward and you've already lost. But Whitaker said the same thing that Roger Wicker said the same thing that Paul Ryan said, that we do not want to set a precedent in case the Democrats take over and they want to declare a national emergency. Guys, that is not only cowardness, but it's insanity. If Hillary would have won, every type of presidential order you can think of, from gun rights to free speech to everything else, would have already been initiated. So not only is Roger Whittaker from here a coward, but he's also insane. He's also been bought off. And we're going to work, guys. And you look at the 12 that turned against our president. By the way, again, he vetoed it. It's going through. Look at that in your state. And I'll do a video update on the 12 that did this. And make sure they don't go back in office. And make sure that you get in touch with your senators and congressmen at all levels. Email, phone calls to their office, and let them know that you are not happy with them being cowards. Are they saying that it's they don't want to set a precedent for the Democrats because they're scared, or is it because they're bought off, or both? But guys, watch for updates. We're watching it. It's a heads up. Be safe.